Hey guys, it's me Mike back again with another classic album review. Okay, so now since we are at the end of Black Music Month, I have decided to end it with the review of a very classic, very influential album in black music and in hip hop music. I'm going to review Run DMC's 1986 album Raising Hell. Now, this album is very influential. This is the album that broke hip hop into the mainstream. Yes, this album broke hip hop into the mainstream, and this is the album that brought Run DMC full circle. Because on their previous two albums, they had been developing that rock sound that started with Rockbox in 1984 and continued with King of Rock the next year. So now with Raising Hell, they came full circle with this rap rock sound, which brought them into the mainstream. With and the singles like Peter Piper, My Adidas, Walk This Way, It's Tricky. All classic hip hop songs. And this album is notable for having the single "Walk This Way," which featured their collaboration with Aerosmith. How this song came about was Run DMC. They were almost done with the album, and then um in the studio they had been messing around with samples, and they had been sampling "Walk This Way" by Aerosmith, and they had just sampled like the drum beat and the guitar part, and they didn't really know who Aerosmith was, and so their producer Rick Rubin came to them and told them the that the song was by Aerosmith, and it was called "Walk This Way" because they had just known that the album was Toys in the Attic, and so he told them all about Aerosmith and the song, and he suggested that they should do like a full-on cover version of the song, and so that's what they did. They ended up collaborating with Steven Tyler and Joe Perry of Aerosmith, and the song became a big hit in 1986, and it reinvigorated Aerosmith's career because they hadn't had a hit in like a few years, and so it really helped their career too, and it really helped hip hop cross over into the mainstream and into the pop and rock music world, you know. And this and Raising Hell made people realize that hip hop wasn't a fad, and that it had real viability because early on in the 80s, people just thought that it was a fad because it was just street music, and with this album, Run DMC was like fusing rap with pop and um, rock, and it made people realize, maybe there is something to this rap music. Maybe it isn't just street music. Maybe it is mainstream, and so that's what brought hip hop into the pop market, and why it's up there with the other genres of music, you know. And so yeah, this album is really influential. It's I I I could consider it to be like the first great hip hop album, and a lot of other people uh, say it's the first great hip hop album, you know, and Run DMC, they are a very influential group in hip hop. They have made a lot of firsts. They had the first hip hop album to go gold, which was their debut album 1984, the first platinum hip hop album, which was King of Rock, and with Raising Hell, they had the first multi platinum hip hop album, and other firsts. They were the first hip hop group to have a video played on MTV, the first hip hop group to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. They were the first hip hop group to have a major endorsement, with Adidas, the first hip hop group to play a large arena. They were the only hip hop group at Live Aid in 1985. They were the first hip hop group on American Bandstand. They just made a lot of firsts. They were the second hip hop group ever to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2009 after Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five were inducted in 2007. Yeah, they were just a hip hop group with a lot of firsts, and paved the way for a lot of hip hop acts to come, in the late '80s up to right now. They created the blueprint to what a hip hop album should sound and what rap artists should be like. You know, they are very influential. One of the greatest and one of my favorite hip hop groups ever. And Raising Hell is one of the greatest and one of my favorite hip hop albums ever. If you are a hip hop fan, if you are a hip hop aficionado, you should definitely have this album in your collection. This is a great classic hip hop album, and if you're just getting into Run DMC, you should definitely start off with this album because this album is everything that Run DMC is all about. You should definitely buy this album because it is a very great classic album, and yeah, that's all I have to say. So, thank you for checking out this review. Please check out some more reviews on my channel, and I'll be coming up with more, more reviews in the next couple of days or so. So, please tune in for the next review. And yeah, that's it. See you.